YouTube. Thought we were going to do a distance test here with the repeater. As you can see, I'm down in a valley, so it's going to be interesting to see how well this repeater does. I will do a video on the repeater setup a little bit later when I can be outside. The weather's kind of cloudy and rainy today. But what I'm going to do here is I plotted out some locations to go. Some are 2 miles away, some are a mile, some are under a mile. And I'll go to each locations, and I'm going to, I got a handheld radio that's on high power. Squelch levels are middle. The squelch setting is 5 on the repeater and on the handheld. The repeater we're using is Retevis RT97. I have it mounted on a pole. I will get the measurement of the pole a little bit later to tell you exactly how high it is. It's not very high. I like to also note there are no leaves on the trees, which make a big difference. Like I said, we're going to go to different locations here, and I'm driving to the main road. And just to show you, I'm down in a valley here, so I'm not on a hill. I'm actually, truth be told, I'm in the worst spot to try to set up a repeater. Like I say, I'm down in a hole. And as you can see, as we're driving here, and I apologize for the video. I don't have fancy equipment. I'm just kind of running with, iPad and just rigging up stuff. But just to kind of show you here, a hill coming up. I have to go up a hill to get out of the area that I live at. So, and you can see the hill coming up. So I'm totally in a hole. I will pause the video so that you don't see me driving and all the boring stuff. So hopefully this will work out. I don't know. I'm going to try to put the handheld by the microphone so you can hear it. As you see, I'm coming up a hill now. What I did was, it's kind of an interesting setup, and I'll do a video on it. I have a simplex repeater. It's actually 2 repeaters I have. I have a simplex repeater hooked up to a handheld that's about 20 feet away from the main repeater. On the Retevis RT97, I can't hook up a microphone to it. I can't hook nothing up to it. There's no hookups. So I have to use a separate, either a person or a recording. So how this will work is I will talk into the microphone. The simplex repeater is set up to record my voice and play it back. Yes, I know there's going to be a little bit, the audio is going to be degraded just because we're doing it this way. But this is the only way I can actually figure out how to record my voice, and so you guys can actually hear how it sounds. Like I said, the handheld that I'm using for the simplex repeater is 20 feet away from the actual repeater. So there should be no signal loss between the two, or very little, I should say. It's not so. The nice thing about it is you actually get to hear how my voice sounds playing it back. If I sound scratchy on the repeater end, it will record that and play it back that way. So this is how we're going to do this. Again, the squelch settings are middle on 5 on the repeater, on both repeaters and my handheld. Everything's on high power. The repeater is plugged into the wall power, just to let you know that. This is without any amplifier. This is just stock repeater that you get when they send it to you. So I'm going to pause this video, and I'm going to go to the first location, and then I will start it, and then we'll do a test, and then I'll pause it again, and then we'll go to the next location, and that's how we're going to do throughout this road test. And then once that's done, if this video turns out and I don't have to redo it, hopefully it turns out okay when I play it back, I will upload it, and then I'll do another test with the same locations, same radio, same setup, but I'll add the amplifier, a 40-watt amplifier in series with the repeater, and let's see if I get better distance or not. Now the thing is with distance is, yeah, if I had a mobile radio, I'd probably do a lot better. So the repeater is only as good as the radio you're using to contact it. So meaning if I have a handheld, I could have a 1,000-watt repeater on the other end. If my handheld can't hit the repeater, well, it ain't gonna, it's 1,000 watts ain't gonna do nothing. But it's gonna be interesting. I don't have no mobile radios. This is all gonna be with handhelds. So let's just kind of play around and see what happens. So we'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, guys, we're at location 1, which according to Google Maps, as the crow flies, I did a video on how I'm measuring this, I'm 0.8 miles away from the repeater. Just over, a little over half a mile away. I'm going to talk in the repeater, and then I'll put the radio, the handheld radio, by the microphone headset here so you can kind of hear it, how it sounds. And then I may have to do it a couple times, setting up the simplex repeater. There's a lot of settings I had to get adjusted, and I think I got it pretty good. I'll do a video on that because it's free software. It's on a laptop. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do this test. Location 1. Location 1. Repeat. Location 1 distance test. I'm going to try that again. Like I said, the settings on this repeater software is a little tricky to get it fine-tuned. And if I pause, then it stops recording, and that's what's probably happening. Radio check, location 1. Radio check, location 1.
Location 1. Radio check, location 1.
So hopefully you heard that. I'll do it one more time. Radio check, location 1. Radio check, location 1.
Check, location 1. Radio check, location 1.
So, that don't sound too bad. 0.8 miles away. Just a little over half a mile away. So I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go to location 2, and we'll try it again. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, guys, we're at the second location here, and this is going to be about 1.37 miles away. And again, I'm using a handheld. I'm just holding it in the car. I'm not putting my hand out the window or nothing like that. It's kind of tricky doing these distance tests because I'm trying to pick areas that I don't have a lot of people, so people don't wonder what the heck I'm doing. But at any rate, let's get on with this one. Like I said, this is location 2, 1.37 miles away as the crow flies. Location 2, radio test. Location 2, radio check. I'm going to do that again. Like I said, it's simplex repeater. I got to do a little more fine tuning. And if I pause, then it stops recording. And like I say, I'll do a video on that. Let's try this test again. Location 2, radio check. Location 2, radio check. Okay, I don't know if I heard the squelch break. If you guys haven't noticed, when you hit the repeater, I'll just dead key. you can hear the squelch breaking. So I'm hitting the repeater, but I don't know if the sound is not quite being picked up. But if I do a dead key, watch. Hear that? So I know I'm hitting the repeater. Radio check, location 2. Radio check, location 2. So I'm gotta wait for people driving by here. This is more harder than it looks trying to do this. Of course, I'm on these back roads that there's no traffic until the day I do this. Then I got cars coming like crazy. It's unbelievable. I mean, these roads are normally just dead, but not today. Let's try it again. Location 2, radio check. Location 2, radio check. So there, it's like I say, I don't have the simplex repeater fine-tuned as good as I thought. Location 2, radio check. Location 2, radio check. Location 2, radio check. Location 2, radio check. Nope, I must not be getting it recorded. I know I'm hitting the repeater because I can hear the squelch break. Radio check. Radio check. Location 2. Location 2. Okay, well, you did hear a little bit. I'm going to try a different location to see, obviously each location is going to be a little different. Like I said, I got a lot of trees. There's no leaves yet, but I do got a lot of pine trees around. So actually, truth be told, I'm surprised I'm even getting any recordings at all this far away. Because if you could see the setup, it's actually amazing. But let's go to the next location. Location 3 we'll go to, and we will do another check there. Let's talk to you soon. Okay, guys, we're on location 3, which is going to be 1.5 miles away when a crow flies, according to Google Maps, give or take, 1.5 miles away. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. I'm going to do it again here, but I'm in a parking lot, so I got people, of course, that are coming to their cars, so bear with me. And like I said, this is 1.5 miles away. This is a little bit further than the last location. But like I said, I'm in horrible terrain right now. If this repeater was on a hill or something, it'd be a lot better. But I'm actually surprised I'm even hitting it the way it is. But well, let's try this again. Location 3. Radio test. Location 3, radio check. I gotta wait here. Unbelievable the day I do this. There's a ton of traffic. I'm kind of not in town, kind of outskirts of town. That's where I'm at right now. If you're kind of wondering, I'm doing some close to town, not totally in town. So let's try this one more time. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. And I can hear the squelch breaking, so I am hitting the repeater. I gotta wait. I don't know if people are gonna stop or what. Unbelievable. Okay, now let's try this one more time here. Location 3, radio check. Location 3, radio check. I know I'm hitting the repeater because I can hear the squelch break, but the audio may not be enough to kick on the voice activation to either play it back or to even record it. So that might be why I can't get the recording and come back. I know I'm hitting the repeater because I can hear the squelch break, but I don't know how good I don't know if the audio is just too low, and that could be a problem. And obviously, if that's what's going on, then it just can't quite pick it up. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. Nope. Well, I'm going to try another location here and see what it does. Right now I'm 1.5 miles away, and I'm hitting the repeater, but I just can't get it to play back my voice. I don't know. Obviously, I think the audio level is too low for it to record. That's the only bad thing about doing it this way for testing. How the simplex repeater works is I have the handheld hooked to the laptop, running repeater software. The handheld's on Vox setting, voice activation. All that's turned up as high as I can. The volume on the radio and the volume on the laptop are as high as I can go without total distortion. So if the signal coming in ain't quite breaking the squelch on the radio, then it's going to be just dead silence. If it is breaking the squelch, but it's breaking up, it may not be able to record it, and then let alone play it back, because the audio level's too low. That's what I'm kind of thinking what's happening, because I am hitting the repeater. I can tell when I unkey, you can hear the squelch break. Radio check, location 3. Radio check, location 3. There we go. Now we're getting it. And all I'm doing is I'm holding a handheld just normal, 4 or 5 inches from my mouth. I'm not reaching out of the car. So you got the roof. The metal roof might be interfering with the handheld. I'm just holding it up. I don't have a mic hooked up to the handheld because then the antenna would be down below. So I'm holding the handheld like you normally would as you're talking. Location 3, radio check. Location 3, radio check. Well, you did hear it. Hopefully that you got that on microphone. Let's go to the next location, or this video is going to be an hour video. I'll go to the next one, and then we'll talk to you then. Okay, guys, we're at the other location now. Location 4, which is going to be 1.05 miles away. And I was just thinking as I was driving, what I should have done is I should have had the camera, as of now, is facing the direction where the repeater is at, if that makes any sense. I should have done that from the beginning. I didn't think of it until now. So the way you see this picture, this is the direction the repeater's at. And as you can see, I got a lot of tall trees, a A lot of tall pine trees. But the camera, I'm going to try to make the camera facing the direction that the repeater's at. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm in a parking lot. So let's go ahead. This is 1.05 miles away, according to Google Maps, as the crow flies. Let's see. And I'm kind of down, and I don't know if you can notice here. The highway is up a little bit. There's a car leaving. He's kind of going uphill. So I'm kind of down a little bit compared to the highway, if that makes any sense. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4. Location 4, radio check. 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 What's funny is, before I started to record, I did a quick test and it worked good. As soon as I get the camera rolling, no, it's not. Unbelievable. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, location 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, location 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'm talking too slow. Unbelievable. I just did. I kid you not. Before I hit the record button, I just did a quick test, and it wasn't bad. And I know I'm hitting the repeater because I can hear the squelch break. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4. Let me try one more time here. Location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check. Okay, well, like I say, I did it beforehand, but location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check. So let's try something here once. Let's pull up a little bit. Like I say, let's try this. At least you guys get to see real time. This is the true way it works. I mean, this is it. This is as accurate as you're gonna get. Let me kind of move right here. I got a ton of pine trees, real tall ones though, but radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Location 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the audio just quite low. I think if I had a person on the other end, I think they'd be able to copy it, possibly. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Ah. Okay. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Radio check, 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more time. Radio check. Location 4. Radio check. Location 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Interesting. Well, I did get, before I started the recording, I did get a little bit of transmission, but obviously you heard a little bit of it. I am hitting the repeater because you can hear the squelch break when I unkey. So I am hitting the repeater, believe it or not. This location here is about 1.05 miles away. So we'll go to the next one and see what happens and kind of go from there. Okay, I'm still at the location 4. As I was driving out, I went, I don't know, 30 feet, and I quickly checked the radio, and it worked. So let's try this real quick. I'm kind of in a bad spot here. I'm in the driveway, or the driveway of the parking lot. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4.
Radio check, location 4.
There we go. So by driving, I don't know, 100 feet, 150 feet, I'm able to get the recording. Like I said, I think the big part of it is the sound. I'm hitting the repeater, I know that, but I think the sound can be a little too low for it to kick in the Vox. I'm going to do another test here. I got to wait for these people to drive by. Location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check. Location 4, radio check.
Radio check, location 4.
Okay, so I can tell by the recording is the sound ain't. I might not have the Vox setting set perfectly on the simplex repeater, which that's might be a reason why I'm having a little bit of issues. But you did hear it. I'm going to try it one more time. Radio check, location 4. Radio check, location 4. Radio check. Unbelievable. Well, I think you got some of it there. I apologize for that. For some, like I said, as soon as I get the camera turned on, I'm driving around and I'm talking on it. Then as soon as I hit the record button, it makes a fool out of me. But approximately 1.05 miles. This is still location 4. I just drove the car, like I said, about 150 feet, and I got the recording to come back. So let's go to the next location and see the next one. Yeah, the next one's going to be about 2 miles away. That's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens in that one. I'll talk to you then. Hello. Okay, we're at location 5, which is approximately 2 miles away from the repeater. I do have the camera facing the direction the repeater's at. Let's see if I can get it to record. I know I can hit the repeater still because I hear the squelch break when I did a quick test. Let's see if I can get it to record audio. Radio check, location 5, 2 miles away. Radio check, location 5, 2 miles away. Yep, it's this. Yep, it's the sound. I'll bet you what I maybe should have had the volumes up a little bit higher when I left on the radio and on the laptop. I'm thinking that might be. It's a touchy deal to try to get the volume just right so the sound when it plays back is not really distorted. So, but I'm definitely. I think if I had a person there, they might be able to understand what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure, but let's try it one more time. Radio check, location 5, 2 miles away. Radio check, location 5, 2 miles away. Ooh, I can barely hear a little bit of audio on that one. Like I said, I'm 2 miles away as the crow flies, according to Google Maps. I did a video on how I'm measuring this. But I'm still hitting the repeater though, which is really shocking because I'm like I said, if you could see what I'm up against, I'm pretty impressed with this repeater, to be honest with you. I was not expecting this. I got trees. I mean, I can't even see my antenna. Not even close. I mean, like I said, and when I go back to the repeater location, I'll turn the video on and you'll see me drive down into a gully, down into a valley. So for me even to hit the repeater is a miracle. Let's try it one more time. Location 5, distance check. Location 5, distance check. Location 5, distance check. Location 5, distance check. Ooh, yeah, that sound, the audio, I don't know. Like I say, it might just be, obviously it could be low because of the distance, too, but I'm thinking it's that, and maybe I might have had I wish I had my volume a little bit higher, but I'm thinking it's probably both, combination of both. Radio check, distance 5. Radio check, distance 5. Nope. I know I'm hitting the repeater. I can hear the squelch break. If you listen, I'll do a dead key once. So I'm hitting the repeater still, which is amazing. Radio check 1 2 3. Radio check 1 2 3. Yeah. So 2 miles away, it's sketchy. I wish I had someone there at the other end to kind of really see what it sounds like, but we're definitely the audio is definitely going down. We'll go to the next location, and I'm trying to. By the way, I'm trying to do this so that I'm doing a circle around the antenna as best I can. I know the antenna may be better in one direction than the other. I'm aware of that, but for me to do it completely, perfect circle, like, every couple of miles apart from each location, that would be a long process. I'm just kind of giving you a general idea on how this repeater works. Again, using a handheld in the car. I'm sitting in the car. The windows are all up. I have the camera facing the direction of the repeater. I started doing that in this location, and I think the last one, if I remember right. But that's all I'm doing. Nothing fancy. My antenna my handheld radio has a stock antenna on it. There's no external antenna in the car. Maybe I can show you. See, this is what I'm using. Just like this. Nothing fancy. So at any rate, let's go to the next location and see what happens. We'll talk to you then. Okay, I know I was gonna record and do a video at the same time as I'm driving here, but I'm going to kind of show you what the terrain is like here. This is why I think you'll be kind of surprised that the repeater's even getting what it is with handhelds. And as I drive, I'll just kind of talk in the repeater, and I'm heading to the what is the sixth location, I believe. I'd have to look at my sheet. I wrote this stuff down. My sixth location, which is getting pretty far away, but we're gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna go up. I'm going up a hill now. Let's see. I'm going up a hill, and let's see if I can hit the repeater. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 I hit a little bit there. Little bit. I'm going to do another radio check. As I'm driving, if you're wondering, the repeater is kind of in, let me try to do my antenna, kind of in that direction, that way. That direction. That's where the repeater's at. So, like I said, the terrain is really, it's really pretty hilly. Trees. The trees don't have leaves yet, but it's still quite a bit of terrain. Let's see if I hit it now. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha, it's interesting. The parking lot that I was at before earlier today, that I went, is right there, right off to the right-hand side. That's the parking lot. I drove the car like 150 feet, and I couldn't get the repeater to work. But I was, that's kind of down in a little gully there, I guess. That parking lot I was at. As I'm driving down the highway here, I was up a little bit higher, and I was able to hit the repeater. So that was kind of interesting. Just kind of give you a reference point on where I was at. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, we're going up on a hill now. Let's see if I can hit it now. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I hit the repeater, and you heard the sound. I'm on a hill. I'm probably, if I had to guess, as the crow flies, let me see, probably a mile, approximately. I'll have to look on Google Maps if I can pinpoint that location. I think I can. I know where I'm at on the highway. I'm going to say about a mile. But I was on a hill, so that helped. So let's try here. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So I can look. I saw the street sign back there, so I can look on Google Maps and see how far I am. So that sounded pretty good there. And I was coming down a hill, so that wasn't bad. But let's go ahead. I don't know how much space I have on this phone here for record, so I don't want to lose up all my space. But let's pause the video. We'll get to the next location. We'll do a check. Okay, guys. We're at the 6th location, which is going to be approximately, according to Google Maps, 2.91 miles. Now this location's up a little bit. You can kind of see the trucks coming up a hill a little bit. So this location's a little bit higher than the last ones. The state I live in is really hilly, so you know, you're going up and down hills all the time when you drive. But let's try this. Location 6, 2.91 miles. Radio check, location 6. Radio check, location 6. Let's try it again here. Location check. Radio check, location 6. Radio check, location 6. Radio check, location 6. Radio check, location 6. I'm hitting the repeater because I can hear the squelch brake, and I did again. Before I started the video, I did a quick check, and it kind of came in, you know, and now I got the record going, and of course, but I'm hitting the repeater. Believe it or not, I'm still hitting the repeater. Radio check 1 2 3. 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 Location 6. Oh, trying to. Radio check location 6. Radio check location 6. There you go. I'm hitting it. Now, if a person at the other end, it might have been better to have done it that way. But you just heard it play back. I'm at 2.91 miles away. I mean, it's scratchy. I could make it out. I don't know how good it's going to sound in this video, but radio check 1 2 3. Radio check 1 2 3. That didn't sound too bad, actually. Wow, that's interesting. 2.91 miles away, according to Google Maps. Although, like I said, I don't know if you can see the vehicles kind of going down an incline here when they're driving on the highway. So I am up on a. I'm actually in a different town than when the repeater's at. So this town is a little bit higher up, I guess, so to speak. But again, 2.91 miles as the crow flies. Okay? And I'm just using a handheld in the car, sitting in the car. It might even work better if I step out of the car. But I'm not even doing that. I'm just sitting in the car and just talking in the radio. So let's do one more location, and then we're going to go ahead and kind of have a summary. And let's do one more location. Okay, now we're going up to the next location here. And as I'm driving, I'm going to kind of show you. I'm going to be driving past in a roundabout way the repeater, but I want to kind of show you the terrain as I'm driving. That way you kind of get the idea. When I say the repeater is down in a valley, you're going to see what I mean here. The repeater is going to be off to my left down this hill. So as you can see, the repeater is definitely in a valley. I mean, it's a miracle I'm even hitting it with the terrain. It's a real miracle, to be honest with you. Pretty impressive little repeater. I'll have to say that. And the antenna I'm using on the repeater is the high gain antenna that I did a video about. That's the antenna that I'm using. I got it on a pole, maybe 20 feet off the ground. I'll measure it when I do the repeater video. I'll have the exact measurements on how high off the ground it is. But as you can see, I just come down a hill. I mean, this repeater is in a really bad spot, so it's just a miracle that I'm even hitting it, even a mile away. So the antenna is working pretty good. Six gain, if I remember right. It's a stock repeater. The Retevis RT97 model, if I remember right. I'll do a video on it the next day or two, hopefully. But at any rate, I just want to kind of show you the terrain that the repeater's at, going down that hill. I'm cutting over to the other location, and we'll try it there and see what happens. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, this is our location 7, which is 2.12 miles away. I'm kind of down. This parking lot's kind of down from the highway a little bit. So let's do a radio check and see if this will work. Radio check, location 7. Location 7. Okay, scratchy, definitely scratchy. Let's go ahead and try this again. Radio check, location 7. Radio check, location 7. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it's definitely audible. It's a little scratchy. It's got some scratch. I don't know how it's picking up on the microphone here for you guys, but location 7, radio check. Location 7, radio check. Oop, that time I didn't hear the repeater kick in. Oh. Guess I was wrong. Radio check, location 7. Radio check, location 7. I'm still hitting the repeater because you can hear the squelch break. So I'm still hitting that repeater. That's really amazing. Radio check, location 7. Radio check, location 7. Yeah, it's like I say, I'm sitting in the car. Maybe if I was out of the vehicle, it might be better. This is a parking lot, so I really don't want to do that and have people look at me. But radio check, location 7. Radio check, location 7. Nope. Didn't get the audio that time. Radio check, location 7. Radio check, location 7. That didn't sound too bad there. I'm that's pretty good. Like I said, I'm pretty impressed with this repeater. This is 2.12 miles away approximately as the crow flies to the repeater, according to Google Maps. And the camera is facing the direction of the repeater, just to let you know that. But 2.12 miles away on a handheld. Location 7, radio check. Location 7, radio check.
Radio check. Location 7, radio check.
That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. Wow, I'm surprised. And I'm kind of down as I leave here. Let's kind of drive out of the parking lot and you kind of see. It's a slight incline. I guess it ain't that much of an incline. Well, I am a little bit below the highway, but not much. At any rate, that's there you go. So that's the true, real world, true distance check of the Retevis repeater RT97. Puts out 5 watts, approximately 5 watts. High gain antenna. What else? On a 20-some foot pole. It's not on a rooftop. There's a ton of trees around it. I'll do a video on the exact setup, and when you see it, you're going to be surprised on it actually getting what it did get. That's just amazing. I'm going to drive out of this location here, and let's do as I pull out of the parking lot, let's do it one more time. Radio check. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just out of the parking lot out of the last location. Oh, tried to. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Radio check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, well this video's gonna be kind of long, so let's stop it, and we'll do another video of the repeater setup. Thank you. Please subscribe. Have a good day.